a beast, she can smell your fear. In this biosphere, she's the apex predator, like a lioness, only with less fur. Do not mess with her, she's the apex predator. Hey guys, so yeah, that's the song that I'm hoping to teach you guys today. I'm kind of aiming this at any of you guys who have ukuleles, so I can teach you guys how to play along with how you're singing. But if not, at the end of the video there will be an instrumental version of me playing to the ukulele, so if any of you guys don't have a ukulele and just like singing, you can sing yourself playing along to my backing track and send that in instead. So I'm going to start off, it's Apex Predator from Mean Girls, if you couldn't tell already. And I'm going to start off, what I'm hoping to do is I'm going to do it in an order, which means that you can kind of drop out when you find it too hard. So if you just want to try and learn some chords and be able to play them in an order, that's fine. If you want to try and do the whole shabam and like do all of the strumming and everything, that's great, you know, however much you think you want to do. So if any of you guys do have a ukulele, try and play along. If any of you guys don't, I'll leave some links in the description for some really cheap ukuleles online. But either way, you can do the singing challenge at the end of the video instead. So skip to whatever number I've now put on the screen if you want to skip to the singing bit. So yeah, let's start, right? So how this works is we've got 4 strings, and so the first string, I like calling it the first string, is the one nearest to me, and the 4th is the one furthest away. And then with frets are these little lines across, and they show you sort of where to put your fingers. So like, if I was going to say the first fret, I'd want you to go here, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th. We probably won't get any further than that. So we're going to start off on the 3rd string down with our first finger, and it's going to go on the 1st fret, and then we have our middle finger, which is going to go on the 1st string, 2nd fret. And this here is an F chord. So you don't really need to know what they're called unless you want to be able to play stuff without being taught it. But for now, all you need to know that we're going to be playing this, which is an F. So you've got to press down hard with your fingers, and if you have a pick, you're going to hold it sort of, you're like, okay, if you give me a thumbs up, and then you put the pick on your finger and your thumb, so you end up holding it like this. That makes sense. And if you don't have one, you just put your 3 fingers together so your nails play instead. But I like using picks. So press down hard with your fingers and play them all. And if you're not pressing hard enough, oh, that's probably still, oh, I don't know. Well, if by any chance I'm trying to do it wrong and it's not working out. Okay, yeah, so if you don't press down hard enough, you won't hear the chord. So you've got to press down hard enough to hear it. So yeah, that's the chord. And then the next chord we're going to do is a C. So C is one of the easiest chords to play on the ukulele. You take your 3rd finger, and you put it on the 4th fret, on the 4th string, 3rd fret. So if you want to give that another go between those chords a few times so you can do a... quite fast. And the next chord we're going to do is a G, and this is quite hard. So we're going to take our 1st finger and put it on the 2nd string, 2nd fret. Our middle finger is on the 4th string, 2nd fret, and our 3rd finger is on the, oh no, right, yes, yeah, that was right. And then the 3rd string, 3rd fret for our like 4th finger. And that's a G. So this is one of the harder ones, so if you need to practice getting in and out of that position a few times, give that a go now. You can pause it. And then after that we're going to do a D minor. So our 1st finger is going to go on the 3rd string, 1st fret. Our 2nd finger is going to go on the 1st string, 2nd fret, and our 3rd finger is going to go right behind it on the same fret, different string. So there are our chords. So we've got our F, we've got our C, our G, and our D minor. And if you guys have never played ukulele before and you're not necessarily hoping to become the best person in the world at it, then that's all you really need to learn from today's lesson. So if that's all you're happy with and you just want to be able to do that, all you need to be able to do to play the song and sing along with it is learn those chords. So I'll put the pictures on the screen again, so you guys can try and learn them and go away and try and learn it, and you would play it. So you only need to do one. So you could just go, don't be fooled by the pink, she is not playing dolls, she is stalking the halls, so the thrill of the kill. So all you need to do is just play one, and the chords tend to go at the end of the line, the end of the line. So I'll try and put up a picture now of when you should play it, so you could do the first couple of verses if that's all you want to do. But next I'm going to try making it a bit harder, so if you're happy with that, that's fine. Hoping you guys got that. If not, do some more practice, right? So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to work on the strumming a little bit. So we're going to, what I like doing for this one is I play 8. So we literally just play 8 of each note. And it's hard, you have to get into the rhythm of it so you can sing along with yourself strumming. But yeah, so what I like doing is I play 8 of them. But if we were going to start from the start, when Janice starts singing, the first few words don't have any strums on them, there's no notes. So the strum starts on pink. Don't be fooled by the pink. Through it while we carry on singing. So yeah, that's the next bit. So now hopefully you guys are good with the first 2 verses. So the first 2 verses we do 8 Fs, 8 Cs, 8 Gs, 8 D minors, and then we do it again for the next verse, 8 Fs. But for the next verse, because you've got a D minor for the end, so we've got don't be fooled by the pink, she is not playing dolls, she is stalking the halls with the thrill of the kill, every person in. So we carry on the D minor until we get to the F in school, if that makes sense. So we're going to do the first 2 verses, and then for the next bit it gets a little bit harder, well, depending on which you find easier. So instead of having a rhythm, we'll play 2 notes in a row. So you guys see if you can have a go singing just the first 2 verses, and then we're going to start on the 3rd verse, which is kind of like the pre-chorus. So yeah, we're going to do all their eyes say don't attack me, but instead, so we've played to the end of the 2nd verse, so we've got when she tosses her hair they go perfectly still, but instead of playing all of those, we're just going to play 2. Perfectly still, all their eyes say don't attack me. So can you see how I'm like playing, I do 2 really fast going down. So it's the same with the 8 before. I like just going down, 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 down over and over again because I think it has a nicer sound, but if you want to go down, up, down, up, down, up, that's fine as well. So yeah, so I would do first 2 verses with 8, like that. And then, but when we get to the 3rd one, we're going to go, and then, so we just play 2 as we carry on singing. So that's the first bit. So the first 3 verses are played like that. So how about I'll play through it and sing it really slowly, and I want you guys to see if you can play along. If not, if you're finding it really hard, go back to the beginning. Literally, just try it again. So, don't be fooled by the pink, she is not playing dolls, she is stalking the halls for the thrill of the kill. Every person in school is aware of her stare when she tosses her hair. They go perfectly still, all their eyes say don't attack me. Watch them sweat and pant and shake. Every food chain has its acme. Regina George eats steak. I dropped my pick, but we're gonna roll with it. So yeah, I'm hoping you guys have found that okay. If not, just practice those chords in the order over and over again and you will get it eventually, I promise. So we're going to move on to the next bit. This bit does get harder because I've got quite a hard chord for you guys to play for the chorus. But if any of you guys want a challenge, you know, give it a go. So we're gonna, this one's a bit harder. So what you're gonna have to do to play this is, I want you to take your first finger and I want you to lay it down on string 3 and 4 in the first fret. And I want you to try and press down really hard so that your first finger is pressing down on both strings, like that. But then to make it even harder, we're gonna then put our middle finger on the second string on the 2nd fret and our third finger on the 1st string, 3rd fret. But if that's blowing your mind and you don't know how to do that, it is completely fine for you to make sure this isn't lying down, and you can put it so it's just 3rd string, 1st fret, 2nd string, 2nd fret. Oh, this is messing me up with these numbers. And then 1st string, 3rd fret, and then don't play the bottom string. So you have to try and not play it. So if that's better for you, you can do that instead. Or even if you lay it down gently on the 4th string, but make sure you're pressing down on that 3rd string. And it'll, because you're leaning on the 4th string, it just won't play. So yeah, that's a no. If you're trying to play a chord, and you feel like it's not working out, so like if I take the D minor, and you feel like it's just not working out, and this is happening, then what you need to do is like lift up your hand a bit so that you don't have any of your finger resting on any of the other strings, and then press down as hard as you can. And it should ring out and make a nicer sound. So yeah, so now we've got our our B flat minor. Yeah, this is a weird one. Oh, it's just a B flat. So once we've got our B flat, which is this one, remember you can play it like this as well. We then carry on with chords we already know. So this time it's a B flat, then a C, which we already know how to do, and then we do a D minor, which we also already know how to do. So this is for the chorus, and you can do whatever you want. If you want to do a she's the queen of beasts, you know, you could play it with loads of strums and make it really dramatic, but I like it being a little bit quieter than all of the last verses, so you can just go, she's the queen of beasts, she can smell your fear in this biosphere, she's the apex predator, and you know, so I do the B flat strum, then I do B strum, and then I do 2 D minors, so I do, she can smell your fear in this biosphere. So that's like how I work that out. So that you then would do the B flat pattern again. So it would for like a lioness, only with less fur. We're gonna stop there, but I'm gonna now, this is only if you've probably played it before, but I just thought I'd add in something fun because I worked out my own intro. And I thought I would try and teach you guys a little bit of an intro that I worked out myself, right? So we're gonna play the B flat, but instead of playing it like this, we're gonna pick it, which means like if you're using your thumb, you play it 1 string at a time. Like that, okay? So we're gonna do that. We're going to do it twice, and then we're going to move our entire hand down, and our hand is going to go down so that our first finger, which is this one, is on the 4th fret. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's the exact same pattern except we've moved down like that, okay? I like, when I'm doing this fast, I just make sure my middle finger is on, a lot of ukuleles have patterns going down and they'll be on 1, 3, 5, 7, like that. So I make sure that my middle finger is on the next pattern down, if that makes sense. So, yeah, so we do this. So we start off with the B flat, then we move it down. And then, you know our G pattern, which we normally do here. We're gonna move it down 1 so that it's on, instead of it being on the 2nd fret, it's on the 3rd. So it's the exact same pattern but moved down slightly. And then the last one in the sequence is one that we haven't really ever done, but we're going to take our 2 middle fingers and we're going to put them on the 2 middle strings, and we're going to just play the same. So we just don't play, for none of those we don't play the top string. So that sequence again, really slowly, is with a B flat, move it down, then the weird G slightly further down, and then we do the 2 fingers on the 2 strings, and then we go to the D minor and we just do a bit of a. How many was that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we play 9 of those, really edgy, like that, okay? And then once you've stopped, that's when you start singing. So I would go. Don't be fooled by the pink, and then you start with the chords. So that is pretty much like the entire song. I'm sure later on. So yeah, later on the verses are still the same as what you already know. And then, yeah, that's the same. I'm pretty sure that's the entire song. So yeah, it's pretty much that, but now you can play most of it at least. So that has hopefully helped you guys a little bit. Now I'm going to play through it with just the instrumental for any of you singers. So hi singers, if you've skipped to this bit. The task for all of you guys is to sing it and play it, or just play it and send the video to the email address, fcytvideos@gmail.com. Literally, even if you're just playing through it like this, and it's really slow, it's great to see you guys' progress. I'm going to put all of the chords in the description so you guys can go to a website that has the chords on, because that might help you guys out. And for any of you guys who just want to sing along with the backing track, record yourself singing to this backing track and you can join in with the whole ukulele thing. Ooh, that was a noise. So yeah, I'm just going to play you through the intro and we're going to carry on from there. So there you go guys, for any of you singing you can use that, for any of you practicing you could play along with that or sing along with it or do whatever you want. So yeah, I like messing around a bit, so I did change it slightly. And I hit a couple of wrong notes, but that's completely fine. Like, it doesn't have to be perfect every single time you play it. So yeah, that's pretty much it from me. If you do any playing, send videos to fcyt@gmail.com. I'll link in the description a website with the chords on if you want to kind of know where to play them. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed that. Send an email if you want to suggest any more instruments that you're trying to learn how to play, and I will see you guys next Monday.